on until about 3, 4 o'clock, typing as fast as they can. And then everything gets printed out around 4 o'clock, and then from 4 o'clock to whenever it ends, everybody's going through everything saying no to every idea that's come up throughout the day. So it's a lot of like awkward sitting next to people, quiet.
You don't go home happy. But then after things are voted in, then we start scripting them, and that's when we kind of read each other's stuff and we start riffing, and that's where the job gets really fun, because you're just trying to make your buddies laugh at that point.
Exactly. Yeah, every line of dialogue, you know, with everybody is looked at to make sure everybody's happy with it, which is good.
Yeah, like there. Yes.
What made y'all come up with the Mario in the real world sketch?
The Mario what?
Mario in the real world. He got shot up and he was on mushrooms.
Oh. I was like, which one are you talking about? We've done a lot of Marios. Gosh, I don't even know where that one started. Yeah, that was yeah, I think
it was supposed to. It was like a riff on what's that Ben Stiller movie with where he's getting married?
Something about marriage.
Meet the Parents!
Meet the Parents. I think it started, thank you. I'm embarrassing myself. It started as a Meet the Parents riff, I think. And then that's what we're doing in there. We're constantly thinking, oh, I kind of like that movie, and then frantically trying to see if any property would fit in there. I think that's one of our writers. I think that one turned out pretty good.
I like that one, yeah. I think that one came out really good. It was hard to shoot because it's a bunch of different scales. So our puppet department really hated us for doing that.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. How did the domestic violence fairy story?
Man, that was a battle. That was first season. We wrote that sketch and we all saw it in a very specific way, the way it's shot. But when Adult Swim read it, they said, no way is this going to air on our channel. And we had a real long conversation with Mike Lazzo, who's the head of the network, and explaining to him how we are going to still make it funny. And we said, you have to trust us, and he said, no way am I going to trust you. So what he did was, he told us we could shoot it, but we would have to eat the costs in our budget if it didn't work. And we said, all right, that's fine. Seth and I were ready to fight for it. We ended up putting up the extra cash to do it. We shot it, and what ended up happening was we sent it in, and he calls us back up, and he's like, this is the best thing you guys have ever done. And it was one of those things where, because it's so uncomfortable, we didn't know how to end it. We had the 3 different endings, and it was actually Mike Lazzo's idea, where he's like, we'll just shoot all 3 endings, and we'll see which one works. And I think he even threw out, like, you know, you could put like darkest sketch at the end. And we ended up doing that, and then kept all 3 endings. So yeah, it was, but it made our relationship with Adult Swim very solidified at that moment early on in our career with them. Right up front. Shockingly, most toy companies now send us stuff. So that works out pretty well. But we have gotten one call or two that from people who are like, hey, that wasn't cool. And you feel guilty, but at the same time, if it's funny, you don't feel that guilty. But again, if you're in the public spotlight, it is fair use. We make fun of ourselves just as much as everybody else. I mean, our interpretations of ourselves is we're really idiotic. So anybody who says that we treated them more unfairly than ourselves, they're wrong. But yeah, I mean, it's what we do.
Yeah, back there. Yeah.
What is the stupidest movie you love?
The stupidest movie?
Midnight Madness, hands down. Maybe Strange Brew is a close second.
I think I like that Vanilla Ice movie. And well shot, terribly acted, and insane montages. Cool as ice. Yep. I love it. I love it.
Seth's been trying to get him on the
Judge
show for
me.
a while. Let's go this way, right here. Yep. Is anything off limits?
Yeah, but you don't know it until you see it.
What's off limits?
No. That one Call of Duty sketch where it was just terrible. You don't even want to talk about.
Yeah. It's not that they're off limits, it's that you feel like you've gone too far. Like there's a point where the more uncomfortable you make people, especially with toys, the funnier it becomes. But then you sometimes go a little too dark and then you think, why am I thinking these sorts of things? So yeah, that's where it goes a little too far sometimes. Way in the back corner. That was Doug Goldstein. Doug had a fascination with Disney and just who he was, and just went crazy with that sketch. We just knew he's frozen somewhere and they're going to bring him back to life at some point, so we know that's going to happen.